So, hello and welcome to episode 36 of Nightmare Down Under, where we play the game GearCity Down Under in Australia on Nightmare difficulty. We started in 1900, now it is April 1975. We're supposed to be in the middle of the first oil crisis, but looking at our sales and looking at our vehicle sales charts, this is hardly the case. There's a slight dip in sales of our full-size sedan, and this, but otherwise things look pretty stable, apart from a few age-related impacts. I think of the Kangaroo 2LX. No, there's something else. But anyway, so no big deal. So in the last episode, we put together a facelift of our sports car and of our compact car, mainly triggered through the availability of another level of turbocharger, so that our race engine, 2-liter race engine V6 now makes a 321 horsepower over the previously. No, that now makes 372 horsepower over the 321 horsepower of the previous engine. This is going to be done in 7 months, as is our new flatback, as is our new station wagon, and as is the Brisbane redesign. So it's going to be very interesting end of the year. And so let's see what happens until then. So our current racing activity is a bit of a holding pattern, waiting for the new car, and we're not that successful, but we don't want to be. It's more another season where we focus on development. So sales, yeah, what crisis? So things are very stable and even increased. So we're reducing our big Grand Kangaroo C reserves. Some racing report. We don't care about this year's results. We care more about next year's results. So sales still stable. Don't have to do anything in terms of adjustments. We have plenty of reserves that we sell off. Monthly racing report, again, not many points. New contract request, Brisbane Business Fleet. So let's see what they want. Probably a luxury sedan that we don't have. No, actually they want a regular sedan. Do they give them? So yeah, they don't have much expectations. So we can give them our base sedan for a very competitive price. So let's see whether they like this. 5 months till we get everything. So so I can make more Kangaroo Bs. 3.5. Can make a few less Grand Kangaroo C, so maybe that's the crisis, that our big sedan sells a bit less every time. So not much happening in terms of racing. So sales are pretty stable. Yep. Cash flow of 40 million per the last month. Any news about the crisis? Nope, nothing in the news. Can make even more kangaroo bees. And that's the luxury version. And that's getting a bit old at the moment. So we can at some point give it a revamp for the new 3-speed auto that we developed for the full-size sedan. So we get lots of stuff in 2. So some more racing results. So no flatbacks should be left. So 1,200 flatbacks. Yep, something like that. Can have a few less emus, 3.5. Oh, selling emus everywhere. So 1,000 less. So that's okay. And wombat also. And thylacine also. So a couple more to sunset. So wombats can stop wombat production. The base wombat. How about the Evo? So can make 2,000 Evos. Thylacine can produce 1,000. And Thylacine S. Oh, should have phased that one out earlier. Anyway, so I can stop Thylacine S production. And probably there's not that much to put on sale. Well, can put something on sale. Hopes he has the sports car, but yeah, we outsell it by vast numbers. Station wagon is new, so nothing to phase out there. Okay, so racing report, lots of research complete. Production and optimized in Brisbane. So flatback is gone, Thylacine is gone, and both wombats are gone. So then can put the new stuff into production. So the new flatback in Sydney. And that's probably going to be a lot. This is much better. So 7,500. And that's all I can in Sydney. Let's make it 7,000 and some diesels. One production line for the diesel, so that they share a couple of components. Put them on sale. So the Opel was dirt cheap. So here we have 4.5 estimated. Still 4.5 estimated. Still 4.4 estimated. 4.1 estimated. So that's the new flatback. And the diesel, is it better? Is even slightly better in terms of rating. So then it's can be a bit more expensive. So stop production of a flatback B. I'm doing one thing at a time. Because it's plenty of stuff to do. One thing. Oh, I need to put some cash into chassis research that we don't lose too many skills. But the skills are pretty good, so no need to overspend. And I can put a bit more into engine that the skills catch up. So that's the flatback taken care of, as far as we can take care of it. So next about the wombats. So sales. So of base wombat 5,000. Let's put all wombats together in Brisbane. I had stopped wombat production entirely. Okay, so all wombats go to Brisbane. So the 1.6L is the new one. That's 5,000. Wombat Evo 3. That shall be 6,000. So let's put them on sale. Some can use some. Yeah, I can improve on the old numbers. So 2422, and that's all probably too cheap. 1818. Ah, this still makes a difference. Okay. And the Evo will be much more expensive. Yeah, so that's because it's also much more expensive to produce. So then I can discontinue both wombats, the old ones. Okay, so I have to keep the old one in formally into production till the end of the year. So Philistine. So the street version. I don't have to put the street version into production just yet. We can let the old one. But I'm going to sell the standard one, and that's 3,000. The Evo 2. So the Evo 2 goes on sale for more than the old racing version, which had no name due to a mistake on my end. So that means I can put the old Philistine. No, I can't. It's still racing. Then we have the station wagon, where we simply have to guess. So what's the Grand Kangaroo is 4.4, so this then also 2303. So we are much better than theirs, so that's fine. This sells something like 2,000, so 3,000 maybe. That's a wild guess. That's probably too low. Let's make it 5,000, just because. And we leave the old racing. Yeah, we leave the old street version untouched, because it first has to sell off, and that won't even be the case next time. So I can put the old one on clearance, actually. It pretty much is. Can't really make it any cheaper. Okay, so we have some reading to catch up on for cars finished. So the station wagon, our first station wagon. So we took some of our best engineers and threw them on the Grand Kangaroo C wagon design. It might be good on paper, but how does it do on the real world? It's fast. One of the quickest stations wagons they've ever been in, so we could have used less for the engine. And it's also powerful in terms of torque. They don't like the handling at all. It's not comfortable. It has good cargo space. Build quality is okay. It is dependable. It's quite fuel efficient, so the engine seems to be really good. And bare minimum in terms of safety, so apart from the bad handling, maybe over-engined, it's fine. New pickup truck. Many vehicles come and go, most are duds, but a few stand out like everyone else, whoever it is. And now we're looking at the flatback 2. That's the diesel. Absolute garbage when it comes to performance. Yeah, that's the diesel for you. But they like the torque. Subpar cornering abilities. Worst interiors they've ever seen. Impressed in terms of space. Some extra work into the finish. Build quality. Very dependable. Most impressive vehicles on the market in terms of fuel economy, and just enough safety features. So let's check the good one. Still an underperformer with 144 horsepower. Okay. Handling, here they like the handling better. It's not perfect, but it's good. Mortified about the interior. Roughly in line with other vehicles for cargo space. Above its class average in terms of quality. Very dependable. Don't like the fuel economy, so that's interesting. So the engine is underpowered, but also thirsty. And just enough safety to keep everyone happy. Okay. Wombat. Base version. Compact car. Is it worth the price, or should you buy a different compact car? Brings a smile on your face when you press the throttle, so they like the 80 horsepower from the 1.6 liter. So the 25 seconds to 100 is quite impressive for a car that some call a daily driver. They love the handling. So it's overall a good choice. Mortified about the interior. Unimpressed about the space. Good build quality. Very dependable. They love fuel economy. 6.2 liters, that's actually excellent in absolute terms. And it's not that safe. What do they think about our Evo 3 race car? Yeah, very fast. There is a picture on this page. It's one of the quickest compact cars I've ever been in. Of course, with 372 horsepower, it will be. Under 6 seconds to 100. And also love the torque. Above average in terms of drivability. So the leaf springs in the rear might hurt us. And also on the track. It's basic transportation. Getting into it can be a bit of pain. Well, that's a race car. It's a hand-built car through and through. Amazing workmanship. Not good in terms of reliability. Subpar 10.7 liters. That's, I think, still insane for about 400 horsepower. It's relatively safe compared to most of its competition. So, also pretty happy about that. Okay. So we have everything except the new Thylacine on sale. And the old and the new Thylacine don't produce. The new flatback is... No, the two Wombats are in production in Brisbane, and Brisbane is full. Sydney is full with Grand Kangaroo, Emu and flatbacks. And then in Melbourne we have more Emus and Grand Kangaroos. The two Kangaroos. The Wallaroo, our Thylacine Evo 2. Can stop the old Thylacine, that's the race car. And I still have 13 production lines available in Melbourne, so that's nice. So I need to do something else. So if we go through things. So our oldest cars are the ones on the medium platform. So that's the thing to do next. New medium platform. They are, so the Kangaroo Wallaroo are now 11 years old, so there is no real rush, but at the same time is sensible to do, and stuff takes long enough to engineer anyway, because everything else is sort of done, and there is nothing. There's one other thing. What we can do first, that's put a second thing on our four-wheel drive platform, and that's going to be SUV, or because that's the only one that makes sense, and since we're sticking to the actual wheelbase figures that they roughly match the bodies. I think there was also a contract that we can now look at, which is not a racing contract. Those come next turn. Yeah, the United States Army, they want a pickup truck, and they don't care whether it's a diesel or no diesel. The West Germany Army, same. So then we can submit our offer, and I think the diesel is a bit better, because it has more torque, that's what they value. So then US Army and the West German Army both get an offer for our diesel flatback. Maybe it's the only way to get them to sell, and that's it. So let's build an SUV. Also our first one. No. Am I blind? Where's the SUV? Sport Utility. That's not alphabetically sorted. So that's the L6, because it's a front four-wheel drive. They get also our 2.7 liter V6 and the diesel. They get the manual for the V6. Car body. So that's this Land Rover-ish look. These are new, I think. So we stick to the old look, which luckily still is there. So this is probably 1366, 111. Yeah, so and look, they don't really. This is probably pretty small. That's more a compact SUV. So then this is the one we're going to choose. They want all sorts of stuff. They want actually some luxury, okay. So then we can just go a little bit lower with all of this. They also like safety, but that's something we can adjust later. They don't mind dependability that much, that's interesting. Market demographics makes things worse. Handling doesn't matter. Fuel economy probably doesn't matter, no. Comfortability does matter a little bit. Cargo is somewhat important. Reliability, not that much, but our cars are all reliable. That's how we designed them. So cargo, 39. And can we get to 40 on comfort stuff? Safety maybe. Yeah, they like safety. A lot actually. 41. Okay, a bit more performance gives us overall 45, so that's fine. Top speed 133, but a nice amount of torque. $16 months? Yeah, it doesn't really matter. So what shall we name it? Crocodile. So that it's not nice. And it's mainly designed for army contracts anyway. So the Australis Crocodile. There's, okay, the Crocodile A. And now it's time also to design a new medium wheelbase platform. I think we can also retire a few platforms. So the oldest chassis can go. The old inline 6 is still in use. How about gearboxes? The old 2-speed automatic is still in use. Yep, so that's stuff that can only go after our medium wheelbase car are retired as well, because there we did some mix and match. So we want to be able to fit the bigger V6 in here. So that was a width problem, not a length problem. This one was still designed for the inline 6, not for the V6. I think we feel like independent rear suspension. So torsion beam is very expensive actually compared to leaf spring. But everything is expensive. So then we go for torsion beam rear suspension, nothing. Trailing arm is worse. No, trailing arm has better performance. Torsion beam is cheaper to manufacture. But these don't do that much. Yeah, so then we go with, although we go with trailing arms in the rear. It's a bit better in performance, and we can deal with the manufacturing requirements. So I'm making it a bit stronger maybe for safety. And I think everything 3.5 stars is going to be quite fine. Big engine fits. Duration 10 months, 9 months for 5.5. Here we don't have to rush actually. 11 months 3.6, 12 months 3.1, 10 4.4, so 11 months, 3.5 million. That's okay. Make it a bit wider maybe, because it's an evolution. So 11 months. That's our third unibody medium wheelbase chassis. New engine. I think we can probably so the old one had a 1.6. And I think that's what we can build upon. Hang on. This is probably easier to do over. And the UI is a bit screwed. Yeah. So should we go one? I think we can go, since we now are experienced with a single overhead cam, we can also make the single overhead cam. Again, there is no experience in that sense in the game. How was the last test of sedan performance of the smaller one? It's a bit 9 years old, but still. So they liked the 75 horsepower, so we don't have to go all out with the horsepower. It's funny that we just stuffed this engine into the compact car. Now we have to then make another facelift of the Bombat. So again, redesign, third time's the charm. So we go single overhead cam because we're now good at that. We can reduce revs. And we can increase fuel economy because sedans like that. So 468. Cost. So that's better, I think. Can we get some more dependability? Because that's something. And we keep the torque. And 85 horsepower. That should be plenty. Does it fit the compact wheelbase? That's pretty. That's not that fresh, but yeah, it fits. Okay. So then that's our inline 4. No change really. The other one was 11 months. So we make this 11 months too. 5 million. And that's the Mark II of our inline 4 1.6 bread and butter engine. Gearbox, so we have our 3-speed automatic and the 3-speed manual. I wonder whether this can be used. No, that's optimized for torque. We want to have one that's optimized for fuel economy. So that's this one. What did we put into our Wombat? Yeah, that's probably it. So we redesign, fuel economy and top speed, and good reliability. And now we're making it a 4-speed without an overdrive, because that gives more reliability. Overdrives kill reliability. So where are we there in terms of sedans? On the new 2.6 meter and the new 1.6 liter engine. 6.9 liters. 7.4 liters. Acceleration 30 seconds. That's dire. But this isn't faster either. And I would doubt these figures to begin with. So then let's go for maximum fuel economy. These extra 4 seconds don't make or break anything. Top speed 161. This has less top speed. So 100, yeah, 154, 161. 158 at the top. I don't know what kind of body we're going to use, so 64. 60, okay, so less. So we need all that torque to get up to top speed, I suppose. 164, okay. So that's that gearbox. Don't need any specific focus. Nice reliability. No performance, and we don't need any. So that's the transmission, 4-speed manual rear-wheel drive, and that's for the 1.6 inline 4, and 11 months is fine. Okay, so we have our SUV, we have our new medium wheelbase platform. So let's see how well stuff sells, and then we need to set up the contracts for next year for racing. So, lots of missed sales. I'm always too conservative. So new competition, not here. Australian Super Sedan League, that's interesting. So we won a couple of Vehicle of the Year, Best Compact Car in the entire world and Best Sports Car in the entire world, but that's our racing versions. Tons of new contract requests. We didn't get the West Germany Army pickup contract, too bad. Okay, so let's sort things out. So I have to produce necessarily have to produce stuff elsewhere. So now I can stop the Wombat Evo. Those were still on the market. So I can stop both Thylacines. I probably have to I'm not sure whether this breaks things if I do this at the end of the year. So I'm leaving the Wombat on there, but I'm removing the 2.0 Evo manually from the market. So that's that taken care of. So the old Thylacine should now be gone. The Thylacine S will still sell. I need to make more Grand Kangaroos. So I think I have to... No, it's on maximum. So diesels go away. Flatback. $2,400 more, so now 1,700 more. And 1,200 flatback diesels. Perfect. I said more Grand Kangaroos, 1,000. Wombats are actually doing quite nicely. So I can actually make less. That's useful. So 4,000 base Wombats. And 3,000 Evo Wombats. So we have some space in Brisbane. That's good to know. So 1.8 Thylacine Evo. And I'll have one more turn till the old Thylacine vanishes. So then let's submit a ton of contracts for the new generation of race cars. So Deutsche Turning Series, so this is the Evo 2, yes. European, so the Evo 3. Deutsche Turning Series Evo 2. American Pro Rally Evo 3. German Rally Evo 3. Australian Manufacturer League, nope, that's us. Evo 2. 20 Hours of Nürburgring, Evo 2. Australian Turning, that's us. Australian Manufacturer League, that's us. More Australian Van Championship League, Evo 2. Championship Series Evo 2. Aussie Rally is us. 24 Hours of Nuremberg. Yes. Australian is us. More Nürburgring, 24 Hours of Tubbs. Aussie Rally is us. More Nürburgring. Everyone wants to run the Nürburgring. Tubbs. Deutsche Turning Series. Australian, that's us. 24 Hours of Tubbs. Aussie Rally is us. Spanish Rally. That's something. Getting a Finland Rally. 24 Hours of Le Mans. American Pro Rally. National Sports Car. Band Championship Series. Australian is us. Pan American Series. Switzerland Army want to pick a truck. Nice. So they can get the, again, the diesel. Hopefully this is going to be competitive. Scottish Rally. Ven Championship Series. Australian is us. Whippet European Touring Series. Witch Racing American Pro Rally. Engine. Trans-Euro algorithm. So let's put this again into these Formula Series where they want to have a 2 liter engine. Australian algorithm, something we do ourselves. UK. Northern Europe. German Formula 3. Northern Europe. Worldwide Formula 3. Formula 2. Italian Formula 3. Trans-Euro Formula 3. Northern Europe. French mountain climb. Something new. Northern Europe. Wow, that's plenty of racing teams. General Formula 3. Pan-Euro Formula 2. Alright, so plenty of contracts submitted. So let's check their year results for things where we were active. So Rally Series, we were 9th. But we didn't really try. Still had full funding, but the focus was on development and building teams. Formula 3. Last, no points. So we had terrible funding. So that's something where we need more. Manufacturer League. Second to last, but also the main focus was on development and not so much on drivers. So Super Sedan League, 3 liters. 3 liter engines, sedan cars. Can we, of course we just put a new platform into production. Can we fit a 3 liter V6, just being curious, into our sedan? And if the answer is no, that's perfectly fine. They were not going to do it because 1 league is enough. So does it fit the 2.6? So if we increase bore, that works. And if we increase stroke, which usually somehow in this game is always better. Yep, so it fits. Even if we put a turbocharger on it. Double overhead cam doesn't work, single overhead cam works. And of course we can make it lighter. If we make things narrower, then the weight reduces further. So pure racing engine, no performance to the max, fuel economy to the minimum. Material quality. Manufacturing techniques don't do that much. And technology gets... So we can put 500 horsepower, an insanely expensive engine, into a sedan and it would fit. Not sure that I want. I'm happy with the amount of racing we're doing here. Just being curious. Otherwise this would take ages as well. So let's put the racing gearbox on here. Top speed 275, acceleration 6.8 seconds, and this is just an estimation so we can optimize this further. Okay. So our cars are fine. We put out the contracts. So then let's... Oh, one final thing that I found out between episodes. So we can actually look at the racing history. So our first Wombat Evo. No, our first track car had won 9 races. That's those. So in the American Pro Rally and 1 in the Scottish Rally Series. Our Wombat Evo had won the American Pro Rally Championship twice. And they had won the Aussie Rally Series with us. And a couple other victories. Our Thylacine, our first Thylacine, the track, had won 2 races. And 1 in the Pan American Series. No, 1. Yeah, 1 race. The Thylacine, the Evo, which has the wrong name, had won 2 races. 1974 and 1975 Le Mans. And 1 race in the Pan American Series. So that's something we can then monitor for our Thylacine Evo 2. And for the Wombat Evo was not on here for some reason. Okay, now let's advance. Yeah, so we need to put the engine into production in Brisbane. So we have a lot of contracts that we won, because I suspect the car is great. So let's set things up for us. So new engine, the Evo 3 for Formula 3. So what's the competition that we have? Ours is 321, so we have 1 that's more powerful too. That's actually way more powerful. Okay, but anyway, series focus on winning. And larger teams. So let's see what difference that makes. Aussie Rally Series with our Evo 3. And we focus on winning. Same for the Manufacturing League, Evo 3. And here we focus on experienced driver Experienced team focusing on winning. Let's see what competition we have here. So ours 372 horsepower after 6 seconds. They still have this odd McLeod thing. But now we have more power. So we have the most powerful car and the one with the best acceleration. Not the one with the best top speed. And in the rally series, so again we have the most powerful car with the best acceleration. So that will be interesting. And then we can... There's a touring series. No, so sorry, that's, yeah, sedan. So we have the Grand Turning series. Sports series is new, that's for engines, for huge engines. So we can add our Thylacine to one of those with the worst competition. So here we would have the fourth worst car. And here, whoa. This is a huge field. Yeah, here we would be outclassed, so we go into the Grand Turning series with the Thylacine Evo 2. And we focus on development for this season. So then I should be able to discontinue the old Wombat Evo. Yes, no error messages. Woo. New year. I'm checking the pension funds. Okay, so that stays now reasonably stable. So it's now, yeah, not exactly 3 times that much, but decent number. So not much is happening for the next months in terms of development. That's good for a change. How were sales? We haven't really looked at them. So a few more kangaroo bees, 2,000. Three, 5 wallaroos. Because we have plenty of reserves. Kangaroo bees are good. Thylacine S is still selling off. Grand Kangaroo is good. Emu is good. More flatbacks. A couple more flatbacks. Diesel is good. That's actually pretty nice for the diesel. Less station wagons. 5,000 station wagons are fine. So that's not the best seller. But it's nice to have, but not mandatory for sure. 500 more Thylacine B Evo 2. More wombats. Plenty more wombats. So 5 wombats. That's a weird fluctuation. I think I changed the wrong one. No, this other one also picked up. I mean, maybe because the other one was still in the market. That was the reason. And also 5,000. No, sorry. 6,000 Wombat Ls and 5,000 Wombat Evos, which I can't make. So I have to make more Wombat Evos in Melbourne. So 900 here and 4,800. Nope, more. Okay. So sales are taken care of, racing is hopefully taken care of, so let's see what the year brings. Okay, I can discontinue the old Thylacine S and put the new one on the market. We ship tons of stuff to people. So series kicked off. Let's check the sales stats. Couple new car bodies. The Thylacine is gone anyway. Just have to put the new one on the market. So that's the street version for some sane prices. And I probably have to scrunch together production. Yeah, I can't produce it really, so I have to expand Brisbane. Should have done that earlier. So 11 more lines. Yeah, that's going to be very helpful. Hang on, that's fine. This thing is that bloody large. Yeah, so then this one will have shortages. So the Thylacine street version. Sydney is full, and Brisbane is also full. Is there anything where I can reduce things? Kangaroo BLX 2.5. It's age, but I'm happy, so I can actually put enough Thylacine, new Thylacine S's into production. Less flatbacks, 9,000. Or, in other words, 1,000 less. $4,000 wagons. Honestly, no idea how much our sports car will sell. Okay. Can make a few less wombats, but I'd like to build some reserves. Racing report, Rally Series 1 victory. So that seems to work again. Pickup contract denied. Too bad. So Thylacine S. Okay. Not that much demand, so at least we have some breathing space. So nothing, we're in near more flatbacks, 10,000. And I can, and 2,500 Thylacine S. $2,500. This was more flatbacks. 1,500 more. So let's have a look at the results again. So the Rally Series, we won one, and we became something. So Shepherd is the other one, and they have a car that's almost equally strong, but we have a bit more experience. Manufacturer League. I think here the platform is hurting us with the rear leaf springs. So here we are. Current results. Almost at the end. Can hardly believe that. Because we focus on experienced people and want to be winning. So apparently the car isn't suited for that indeed. Alright, lesson learned. Something to take into account for the next compact car if we want to. One more victory in the Rally League. Manufacturer League, yeah, it's not that working that well, and Algorithm 3 for Formula 3 isn't working that well either. Not sure why that is. So it could do with a little bit more feedback at times. Why things are. 2,500 to the scene B. I'm producing some somewhere else. Yeah, here. That can go. 5,000 wombats of both color. So Wombat Evo also 5,000. That's something I can do, and I can remove the Wombat from Melbourne. So consolidated. So the Rally Series looks nice. I wonder what's happening in Formula 3. The engine should be good, but apparently it isn't. Or it's the torque that the other engines have, because they are V8s and not V6s. As immersion braking as 2-liter V8s in Formula 3 are. Less Grand Kangaroos. All Grand Kangaroos are in Sydney, that's great. Okay, the rest looks good. So let's check the Formula 3 stuff. We are fourth, so it's not that bad. Finn and Sampan is leading. Okay, Finn is to be expected. They're slightly better in terms of engine. And Sampan shouldn't be. The engine is worse. What's the other settings like? No, looks good. So new teams, new team growth, large teams. So the Rally Series looks really good and the rest doesn't. couple new army projects, so let's see whether they want some pickup trucks maybe. Some more Kangaroo BLX. Rest looks just fine. Four months till we get stuff, 2 months till we get the Brisbane upgrade, which we don't need, but it's still nice to have. Okay, one bad result in the Rally series. So let's check the standings. Less flatbacks, 9.5. Or, in other words, 1,000 less. Some more Wombat Evos. This is selling like hotcakes. Factory upgrade complete. So that's a lot of points in the Formula 3. So Rally Series, we're leading quite comfortably. So there the suspension doesn't seem to matter that much. Okay, we made a big leap in the Formula 3. So maybe that did something over time. Grand Turning hasn't started yet. Manufacturer League. Yeah, we're firmly entrenched at the back. Okay, we lost the pickup truck contract again. Some lost sales for emus. And Grand Kangaroo sales are also picking up quite nicely. So Sydney is full. So 14.8. So 1,500 extra Grand Kangaroos. My building emus. Hang on, that's the... not in Brisbane. Melbourne. Although, where are our unit costs? Actually, in Brisbane it's better. Bellon, I think, is now the lowest tech factory. So, okay, Brisbane is fine. So, I'm making emus in Melbourne though. So I need more emus, and that's 2,000 more. $500 less Evos. More wagons. 4, even more. Let's make 5,000 so we have some reserves again. Rest looks okay. No flatbacks, 10,000. 1,000 more. And Melbourne is full. So next month we're going to get our platform. Medium wheelbase platform, so time for some new sedans. I'm not going to make a racing version. So Grand Turning Series, 0 victories, 9 points, okay. So this is all done. So I think the racing series are over.